After I give him something to eat, then I'll say, baby, do you know the Lord? I'm just one of them people. Do you know the Lord? But yeah, I think it's just everybody's raised different. Where I would think that Daisy Dukes is not for me. Somebody else in my generation will put them on and not have even a problem with it. It took a long time for me to wear jeans. It took a long time for me to wear jeans because when we were coming up, we couldn't wear pants. We was in that type of Christian home. We couldn't wear pants. Look, and so it took a long time. Even right now, I don't have a whole lot of jeans. So I think it's just the way people are raised. Okay, I got an announcement to make. I just saw this pop up on my screen. Gladys Knight passed away. Gladys Knight.
No.
It says the untimely death of iconic singer Gladys Knight.
No.
She passed away. Yeah.
Oh, no. Well,
I gotta. Oh.
Well. What can you say? Another icon.
One thing I've learned recently, we got a lot of people leaving.
Yep.
Yeah. And
young and old.
Wow.
Young and old.
Young and old. That's true. Okay. Well, we just want to just a moment of silence for her and her family. Okay, so now let's move on to our next topic. Okay, the George Floyd verdict. I'm going to start with Trainer Ray. How do you feel about even the trial itself? Did you watch it? What's going on? Weigh in on it.
Well, I was seeing bits and pieces. I didn't sit down and just watch everything, but I looked at it like really and truly they drew something out that they knew already was wrong, and I feel that they had to do something anyway because if they didn't, they about to find out that they said about to tear up again. So, but my thing is behind that is, and I've seen it too many times. If it was a black guy that had killed a white guy, would they have drawn the trial out so long and would it have been on TV? Because a lot of times when we have blacks on white, see, you haven't heard anything about a black cop killing somebody white, but now you hear about the white cops killing the black, and they drew the trial out. They had all these hundreds of experts saying this happened and that happened. And anytime you hear anything about a black killing somebody, the trial ain't going out that long, for one. For two, he'd probably already be under the jail or beat up so bad that you can't see him anyway. And I feel that they really had to do something anyway because they didn't. They was already set up to set it off anyway. So I think it's about time that they started convicting the officers that are doing the wrongdoing. Because they hadn't been doing that all the time. So now it's about time they start showing that maybe it'll stop them from doing what they're doing, but don't look like it because it look like it's increasing.
It looks like it's worse.
Whew, okay, Honest, what do you want to say about it?
It was very disturbing, first and foremost, for them to continuously show a man losing his life over and over and over and over again. And it was a three-ring circus to me because he killed him. He killed him. What was the debate really about? They killed him. And then I think when they awarded the family the $27 million prior to the trial even beginning, I think they basically offered this guy up, in spite of what he did, as a sacrificial lamb. I don't think they meant to win. They meant for him to go to jail to basically quieten the noise. So we'll go ahead and, you know, why would you give the family $27 million and you haven't even started to proceed? You hadn't even picked the jury yet. So I think, they meant for him. And his lawyer did a horrible job of defending him.
Horrible.
He just went through the motion. Then they never let him take the stand in his defense. Which, what could you say? So I think it was just how they say a cloak and dagger type situation. He knew he was going to prison. He just didn't know for how long. Because if you really think about it, the police department themselves, when do you see them testify against one of their own? Okay. I don't care how wrong he is.
That's true, though.
So,
you know, they had that discussion with him before court. Hey, you going to jail?
we got to send you to jail.
Yeah,
if we don't send you to jail, what went down when it first happened was going to happen again. And you know,
That's true, because I promise you, when I was watching that defense attorney, I was like, whose side is he on? Especially when he just kept playing the tape. And I said to myself, now, if anything, he should have stayed on the other side of that vehicle. Because showing what was happening with the police, all of those cops on him, that didn't make it no better. You know?
No.
So, no.
So what they did is they tried him by himself. The other four, their trial, they separated it. Yeah, you're going to jail probably for the rest of your life. Your wife is already in process of divorcing you. Yeah, we're going to offer you up. But I heard it was a story behind the story. So I don't know. I'm waiting on that to come out. That he knew Floyd already.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Wow.
They've been saying that from the beginning. They said they had a run-in before, so they were.
He was working security outside the club, and Floyd was on the inside of the club. Yeah. Well, I know this, that if they, like you said, Honest, if they did not convict this man, just like it was crowds waiting for the verdict, they were waiting to know what they were going to do next. And it was going to be some mess. Yes, it was.
Yeah, they had already called the National Guard out.
So they already knew if they hadn't convicted him, they already knew to get the fire department ready because they finna set it off again. The police don't stand by, they finna set it off again, and then it was gonna trickle down because it wasn't just gonna be there. There's gonna be a lot of other states that was gonna kick in. So they already knew they had to keep the drummer down. So to keep the drummer down, we got to convict him because. And that's why when you said the defense attorney did a bad job, ain't nothing he can do anyway.
That's true.
Nothing he can do.
Yeah, really.
Because he was already set up to go to jail because they already told him. I'm sure they prepared and said, look, man, you did it. So ain't really much we can do. I mean, we're going to fight. We're going to take it to court. But them folks gonna lock you up, because if we don't, and I'm sure the mayor, I'm sure everybody, the governor, I'm sure everybody was already set up for like, okay, if we don't lock him up, we finna get ready to do a whole bunch of rioting. It's gonna be a whole bunch of shutdowns. It's gonna be a whole bunch of police head busting, and so, and it might have trickled off to become a war, because blacks are getting tired of getting beat up.
Oh, they getting tired of it. They getting tired of their children getting killed in the streets like dogs. They getting tired of it.
But I still got something about that too. I really not, but I'll say that later.
Okay. I have another question too. What are we expendable? Because we've been I have a video of a gentleman, I can't think of his name. I have several videos. He's an activist. He said in less than a year, they passed a bill for the anti-Asian harassment or whatever. But we've been getting killed in the streets for years. So within a year, you pass a bill to leave them alone. But you can't pass a bill to protect us from the police. So what makes us so expendable? What makes them so better or more important? I don't understand.
You want to weigh in on that?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna have to find it though. If I'm not mistaken, matter of fact, I'll wait, because I'm gonna find it first. If I'm not mistaken, there's part of the Constitution that say blacks are not human. And I've heard that before. I was actually looking for it, but there's part of the Constitution that says we aren't nobody. We aren't human. We at that time we wasn't considered to be anybody. But like you said, what makes us expendable? Because people have been trying to do genocides and clean up the race for years, and they ain't just started. So this is something that's been going on for a long time, where they've been trying to find a way to kind of take out the black race or really any other race that's other than white.
Well, how you do that when we keep intermingling and mixing and mingling? We all caught up in every race on earth. we crossbred in Asian, white, Mexican, Native American, parts of Central America, Brazil, Puerto Rico, Cuba. Some of them their hair nappier than ours. Why? Because we've been crossbred. So how you gonna get rid of it? You're gonna get rid of the majority of the Earth's population.
But Ed, you got to know too where law enforcement came from. You know, why was law enforcement formed? It was first formed to deal with slaves, to deal with black folks. You know, to keep them in line. You know, by any means necessary, hang them, beat them. You know. Whatever they could do, you know. So they really, what this society does not like to do is deal with the root of things. They don't want to deal with the root of things, you know, and they don't want to admit anything. It's only when something is exposed that they decide to deal with it.
True.
But they are not willing to get to the root of stuff. When they start removing these statues and start doing these different things, it was only because they want to protect their property. They want to protect their children. It has nothing to do with making things right. Nothing at all. These people want to protect their stuff. They want to protect their family. They want to, and it's partly, some of it is on us, because we will protest, we will speak out, we will do these things, and then months later, we sleep. Months later, we right back to, you know. But we need to get to a place where we are always doing what we need to do to make sure our children don't have to deal with the things that we're dealing with right now. Our children, you know, people that sit down and...
But what are we doing?
Exactly. What are we doing?